This is the SSG10. Some of you snipers out there love it, some of you don't. Personally, I've got some good memories with the SSG in the past, and my girlfriend is certainly enjoying her return to sniping. However, there is one extremely infuriating design flaw about this gun that almost every SSG owner can agree needs to be changed, and that is that damn design for the hop-up adjustment. It's placed way too closely to the hand, which can be cause for many unintentional adjustments to your hop-up, if you know what I mean. Furthermore, this design offers nowhere near enough space for micro adjustments to get that perfect hop. With just 20 clicks available to adjust for a wide range of BB weights, this is just not good enough. To keep it short and simple, that's 60 microns per click. This is crucial information. More on that later. The real question is, how do you turn your SSG10 into the long-range beast you expected it to be when you spent all that hard-earned money? Say hello to the TDC 2.0 Pro, made by Tridos Design. Before we begin this review, let me just say this video is not sponsored by Tridos in any way, shape, or form. I approached Tridos myself and let him know I wanted to review his TDC 2.0. My intention is to give my honest, unbiased opinion. First off, the box. It's simple, and it's immediately attempting to promise me an overall performance boost for the SSG. Inside the box, under the wrapping paper, you'll find all the parts including the new adjustment dial, hop-up arm, and compatible nubs from which one you'll choose to use for the TDC 2.0. Next up, the 3D printed drill jig. This is your drill guide which slips into the outer barrel and is screwed into place as if it were your hop-up chamber. There's a hole already made to guide your drill bit for perfect placement for your TDC on the top side of your outer barrel. If you got the Pro version like I did, you'll find the base piece and adhesive inside, which adds a clicking noise to your adjustment wheel. The regular TDC 2.0 package just comes with the wheel, no external aluminum housing, and no clicking sound. And lastly, there's a correctly sized drill bit included and a simple reminder not to be a stupid idiot. Moving on. Side note here, I've opted to get myself the TDC 2.0 spec'd for the Action Army VSR-10 hop-up chamber, which is obviously compatible for the SSG-10. I'm not a fan of Novrich's choice with the stock hop-up chamber since it's put together as two halves. The Action Army chamber is one solid piece and is loved by all. The less moving or loose parts, the better. I just want to remind you guys that even though I'm using a different hop-up chamber, the real performance increase should still be coming from the TDC. The 3D printed arm that comes with the TDC 2.0 doesn't move up or down like a traditional hop-up arm would. It simply holds the nub and adjustment dial in place as they are the ones doing all the work. Speaking of nubs, there are 4 nubs that come with the TDC 2.0. Each nub has their own unique shape and are provided to give you more options. The black nub is a more traditional full contact nub, the silver nub applies more pressure in the middle, and the gray nub applies more pressure on the sides. The purpose of the red nub is to allow the use of any other nub you may have if you don't feel like using any of the provided nubs that come with the TDC 2.0. For the purpose of this video, I'll be sticking to the black nub and its traditional shape. Tridos has already stated that no nub is technically better than the other. You might need to figure that one out for yourself. Remember when I said the original SSG hop-up arm had just a measly 20 clicks for adjustment, equating to 60 microns per click? The TDC adjustment wheel has a whopping 57 clicks for adjustment. That's 8.7 microns per click, or roughly 6.9 times more resolution to adjust your hop at a much finer degree. This should improve the effective range of my BBs. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, time to install the TDC 2.0 Pro. This install is really simple, guys. I've got the 3D printed drill guide inside of the outer barrel. I'm not going to film this part, but if you do need to see the install for yourself, I'll provide a link to the install guide made by Tridos in the video description. Wow. Visually speaking, I couldn't help but be impressed with the low-profile design of the TDC 2.0. On top of that, take a look at me trying to accidentally push the adjustment dial. Unlike the stock design, which would slide around if you simply breathed on it, you actually have to put a decent amount of finger power into moving the dial of the TDC. It's not an uncomfortable amount, but it's just right. And that click. Ooh, that click. Alright, now it's time to actually take some shots with the TDC 2.0 installed. After all, this is a review video and it would be pretty odd of myself not to show you guys what it actually does out in the field. First off, a quick tip on installing your TDC into the Action Army chamber. You'll notice I've incorrectly installed that stationary hop-up arm. You'll notice it's not perfectly flat here. That's because it seems there's a very specific way you need to slide it in. At least there was for me. Please don't take that out of context. If you slide the arm in pin side first, the back side won't seat itself in properly, so please be sure to slide it in back side first, then pin side. Otherwise, the dial won't apply any hop and everything will sort of be happening on an angle. You don't want that. One of the first things we noticed shooting with the TDC 2.0 was that for the first time using our SSG10, we were able to overhop .4s beyond 300 feet. With the stock hop-up design, you can't really overhop your BBs. If you hop too much, the BBs come out with no hop applied to them at all. I'm sure you've noticed this before if you own an SSG10. I think this design was to keep the use of heavy BBs like .5s in mind. With the TDC, you actually have some leeway now to hop even more before crossing that threshold. Rather than being able to make inconsistent 200-foot shots before one more click on the stock hop-up arm would remove all hop, you can adjust for decent 300-foot shots with slight arcing. Since we're using only 0.4 gram BBs, the wind resistance begins to show a little bit at 300 feet. Of course, if you use heavier BBs, these shots would certainly fly much straighter and you could adjust your hop for even longer shots. Every shot Sasha was taking here was fairly consistent too. The TDC had an extremely firm hold on whatever hop it was dialed at, and the reach of each BB fired was the same every time. With a steady arm paired with the TDC, you've got the most consistent shots any SSG10 owner could ask for. If you're planning on modifying your SSG10, you might want to consider adding this one to the list. We literally laughed at how disgustingly far these BBs could fly, soaring well over 300 feet, requiring us to apply less hop for our lighter BBs. Guys, 0.4 gram BBs were flying dead straight 250 feet aimed at the chest. I can't even imagine 0.43s or 0.45s. I could easily imagine 400-foot shots with this thing. Easily. Whatever issues we had achieving range with the SSG10 was cured, and I have to keep emphasizing that these are 0.4 gram BBs, which many will say is the bare minimum weight for sniping long range. And despite the long range, I was still feeling all of those shots Sasha landed on me. If you're having issues with range on your SSG10, you need to get the TDC 2.0. The issue is that the stock hop-up design doesn't allow for hop-up adjustments at the proper micro level. 20 clicks is not enough, guys. 57 clicks on the TDC gave weights like 0.4s enough breathing room to find that perfect setting for the range we were hoping to achieve. In the realm of TDC mods, Tridos Design has created something very special and very professionally made. On top of that, this particular TDC mod is very easy to install and comes with everything you need inside one little box to clear all doubts in your mind. If you know how to take apart your SSG, install difficulty was a 1 out of 10. Performance boost? Easy 10 out of 10. Gone are the days of messing around with that annoying little hop-up arm. Not gonna lie, guys, that little arm is going straight into the trash. Get the TDC 2.0. You won't regret it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you're using the TDC 2.0 and what you think about it. Or maybe you've got some other upgrades worth suggesting. Let each other know. Let's pimp each other's guns out. See you next time.